Hello. I was about to do a live, right? So on Facebook because I was in a conversation with someone back and forth about the proper way to identify who you are and knowing who you are. There is no proper way. As long as you understand that, you are the living, breathing, life, giving life woman or man. That's all you need to know. If you understand or understand or comprehend the difference between property in a trust, legal name, legal fiction, etc. Now, I had a previous video that I had a conversation with someone who called back after I sent them a lawful document or lawful command to make sure that the required services is connected by 4 p.m. yesterday evening, the 9th. And this was done the day before when I sent the email, because that day I went to the store and the Bell Canada store to get them to put in the service, and I informed them that I was the executor, right? Not the executor, the beneficiary, sorry. I was the beneficiary of the accounts, and I had previous accounts with Bell, so I know that that once I notified them, their legal or lawful legal, I should say, their legal department, they would understand what I'm doing or comprehend whatever it is they want to say. However, I did do that. I sent the information in because I was willing to actually put a down payment and then make the corrections after. However, someone on the phone refused to give his information but want me to give either, these are the things he demanded, either a credit card, driver's license, social security number, and then he asked for a checking account number. So I explained to him that this is not required and asked him it's the Bell Canada procedure. So I further asked him, so you, let me get this correct. You are demanding, in a form of racketeering, checking account which you can enter at any time. It's not your account. You're asking for all these information that has nothing to do. Mind you, I didn't even have the account set up yet with them. I didn't even have the service yet. And he's asking this. I wasn't delinquent. I didn't, nothing. I'm just getting the service established. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is that in the past, you would get service, all right? We made the mistake of calling and saying that we are at this address, whatever. But what I did was state that I am the beneficial owner of that particular trust, estate, whatever you want to call it. And I was willing to honor it the way it should be honored, okay? Now, this fellow insisted on committing fraud, because he was very well aware, because I said, okay, I can pay you cash right now. And he refused. He said, if I'm going to pay cash, he wants a $300 security payment. I don't know if this is normal for Bell Canada, but I know people around the world would think that was crazy. So this is where it started, folks, and this is where it's going to end, because I'm not accepting it, and I'm not leaving it there. So Just wanted to explain the conversation so that people can understand. This was a conversation with someone who called back after I sent to the legal department what transpired, and to send command as executor this time, as the living woman, what they ought to do. I'm not asking, I'm commanding that they ought to do it, because it is my birthright, plain and simple. And I'm not accepting no. I'm not accepting any kind of other negotiation, because if they can prove to me that there is money, and that the Canadian dollar is worth something, and that people actually earned something from it, then maybe I'll consider it. But I'm confident that that is not so. And this is why he was asking for accounts and information of an estate, and not accepting the cash, as in the Federal Reserve, which I know is fraudulent to ask for it. I wasn't going to use it cash. I was actually using my property for them to get the credit in the form of a debit card. And for those who don't understand that, so the Federal Reserve notes, they're owned by, or they were, or they still, it's patented by 13 families unlawfully. And your energy is a transference to create that. So whatever you do, your energy to write a check or whatever it is, and they should accept a check too. However, I didn't have a check with me. And I know in the past when I've offered to do that, they didn't want that, because they want control of it. Because when you learn how to operate properly, they're refusing to accept it, because they cannot get away with the fraud of going and accessing, I don't know how much credits. It could be up to 3 million in credit for one contract. So I just wanted to clarify that. I have another video I'm going to make regarding who I am and who I stand for in my job here at this present time, what I'm doing, so that people can better comprehend. There's all sides of me, and I embrace it, and I love it, and I appreciate people with their comments. I may get overly passionate sometimes, but that's the energy of the fiery Aries. And I also have a Capricorn side that is articulate. So thank you from We Heal Nation. I'm Vaughn, or Vanessa, because they're both me. I got it. Most of the time I'm Vaughn though. Vanessa is more the Capricorn side. Vaughn is the Aries side. But they're both my names. I wouldn't say, that's what I'm called by my mom. So I love her. I am grateful for her, because she chose two very unique I don't want to use the word name, because I know the meaning name in terms of commercial, but I'm not a commercial entity, folks. I am the living Vaughn, or Vanessa. And thank you for being with me.